Good evening and welcome to episode 8 of the BBBA podcast. As always, we're here with Barrett Horn and
Cooper Bales.
Mr. Carnahan could not make it tonight on this cold evening. And no special guests due to short notice. And we're just going to jump right in it with breaking news. I mean, Cooper, what do you guys say?
I mean, it's just breaking news. Austin Davidson has released the badass skull. And it's heartbreaking. The skull... It was loved throughout the BBBA. It was so badass. Replacing it with a not-so-badass Norwegian deer antler.
It kind of sucks.
Thoughts on the deer antler?
I mean, it's just a stick. Like, there's no antler.
No antler.
Do you know who picked up the badass skull from free agency?
I heard, he's known for the fat tit ranking at number 6. Cooper Bales has picked up the badass skull, so it found a good home, but still, I mean, this is just breaking news.
It really is.
It really is.
All right, let's move on to some more serious stuff. This malarkey is. All right, team standings. We'll start with it. A lot of changes throughout this past weekend. Number 1, we got new number 1 in town, Team 12.
Why not?
That is Roman, Nigel, and Luke. What do you think of the team?
Luke.
Who is Luke?
I didn't know who Luke was. Through this weekend, though, I know who Luke is. This is a great team, 4-1. Team 12, why not?
Yeah, I agree.
Roman carries.
4-1. Yeah.
Nigel, a more consistent, better Camden Zadie.
I'd say he's a little bigger.
And but the downside of Nigel, he can't backflip. He can't consistently backflip.
He can't do it. All right, let's go to number 2 at 3-1. Team 7, Vance Amos. They are frauds. Absolute frauds. Wait till they play a good team.
Have they not? Who have they played so far? Do you know?
The best team they play is Tay's team.
Oh yeah, because they've played Ian Yeager's team and Connor Hill, or Diego Gonzalez's team.
And Sam Warren's.
Okay, yeah, that's a weak schedule. And then who have they lost to? A decent team?
It was Christian Berkland's team, who's near the bottom of the rankings. I mean, that won't cut it when you come playoff time. They'll look to prove themselves this weekend, though.
Mm-hmm. Who are they playing this weekend?
A lot of games. We'll get into them later in the show.
Amos, you're a fraud.
Yeah, absolute fraud.
Wow, Team 6.
Team
7-2. They played a lot of games.
Carter Bowman. Carter Bowman's just clutch. When you think of clutch guys.
Solid player. Golfs every day.
Yeah.
Shows up to the BBBA fresh off the course.
Yeah, I mean, and then Tapia and Underwood. Underwood making his debut this weekend.
Underwood,
after a long,
consistent player, very fundamental. Reminds me of a Chris Middleton. In his rookie years. Takes a lot of mid-range jumpers. Doesn't make a lot of them.
No, but he
gets rebounds.
Try,
strong player, big dude.
Yeah. So
Team
14 at 6-2 in 4th place. That is Carter Ruck, defending champs. They took a heartbreaker this past weekend. Very close game. Alex Payne, good number 2 to have, and Garrett Brown.
Garrett Brown. When his real only relevance in the BBBA is. The infamous fat tit ranking. So let's just, tough loss.
Yeah.
High hopes for Carter Ruck, though, for sure.
Defending champs. Surprise, 5th place, Team 10, Jaden Norris and company.
Unit. Jaden really reminds me of a Chris Middleton type of guy. He's definitely gone to Tulane in his days. He's a green wave.
They beat Carter Ruck's team in probably the game of the night. Ryan Early did pretty good.
Complete unit, Ryan, Big Aggie, gig him.
Yeah.
Gone to one game, greatest day of my life. Okay. Team 1?
Yeah, was that 5th or 6th place?
Okay.
Team 1. That is going to be Jared Hamill's team.
6th place, yes.
Oh, we can just look right here.
Jared Hamill is a very consistent player.
He's been unlucky with the IR, losing 2 players to the IR. He'll be shorthanded this weekend. Logan McGaugh and Zeke Zavanchek, he's going to have to do some carrying, I'd say.
When you think Zeke Zavanchek, you really don't think of a good player. A good player.
No.
Kind of just stands there. I think he's averaging 0.9 points.
But Raz, if you're thinking
Radulov, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Good coach. Zeke needs to get coached up in football. He's getting burned every other play.
I mean,
Can't
really.
Tackle.
I mean, but Horn with the pick six,
Horn with the pick six today in tackle. Oh, hi.
Are you kidding me? We're doing a podcast here. This is
breaking news. Podcast. Okay. She's gone. Sorry. What were we talking about? Your pick six today.
Yeah, my pick six.
It was good stuff. Sam Martin, just god awful.
Oh, one of the worst players I've ever seen.
Watts is quarantined.
Yeah, big.
What
loss.
team is he on?
Oh, yeah, but he's tested negative. He can go to the BBBA.
Okay.
He's on Team 3. We'll get to them later.
Good. Okay,
How much of a disappointment they've been. Team 2 coming at 7th place. Tay Johnson and company. About what you'd think at 5-3. Nothing
casual player. Tay Johnson, you're obviously your best player. They really just kind of set screens and
make some shots.
That's about it.
Drives.
Smith is awful.
Worse.
I would rather have JD at my center than Smith. I mean, he looks clueless out there. He really doesn't. I mean, he needs to stick to Netherlands soccer. Ajax or whatever the fuck they're called. I mean, shit. Smith, Kutch.
No, awful.
He makes his shots, sort of, kind of,
No, never.
Team
9 in 8th place. Beau Brooks got some huge
Beau
wins.
Brooks!
3-0 over the weekend with Edward Oyang.
We're just gonna leave it on that.
Yeah, and Austin Williams.
He
can get a rebound.
Consistent player. Plays the jack position in football. Sorry. When you think guys that almost fall out of chairs, you think Horn now. But back to Oyang, he kind of just ruins the mood. Hold on.
So yeah, back to Team 9. They got good ball movement. I could see them going far in the tournament, but when you think of the better teams out there, they don't compare to Trevor's team or Tay's team.
This isn't working.
We're trying to get Carnahan.
Tyler Carnahan on the phone. He's with dinner.
Yeah, we'll see if he picks up. If not, we'll just continue.
He picked up.
Hey, Tyler.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're doing the standings. We are on Team 11.
Funnier. 4-3.
Yeah, 4-3. What do you guys say about the team?
Thoughts this weekend,
we're going to try to get you.
I am just so thankful I got to be able to pick up Tice on the practice squad. I think he's going to contribute a lot to our team. I think we have a shot.
Yeah, you do.
Yep.
4-3. You're looking good.
Your
2 wins from the playoffs.
Better. Carnahan, as we know, is a lethal shooter. Papura, mostly known for his fat tits, but can get a rebound or two.
Yeah, I mean, Jack Peckus and Eric Thiel, good chemistry there. I see them making a run at this thing.
Oh yeah, I think we got a big chance.
Big chance.
You can take the phone.
And that's Carnahan's take.
Yeah.
Should we stay on or?
It's up to him. Yeah.
Carnahan, do you want to stay on or are you a little busy? Okay, Carnahan is gonna stay on for a little bit.
All right. So
very busy man.
At 10th place, Team 13, Trevor Haddock's team, a disappointment. 5-4. I mean, they just don't they don't look like they know what they're doing out there.
I think they really need to play Logan over Joel.
Yeah.
I mean, Joel just isn't doing it on the defensive side. Carnahan, what do you feel about Team 13, Trevor Haddock?
We beat him last week. Trevor was complaining about his nose injury. It's just a part of the game.
It's basketball.
Yeah,
it was really tragic, but we got the job done.
Yeah, I mean that's just what you need to do. 5-4 though, just 1 win away from the playoffs, and once you're in, that's all you need to make a run. You just need to get in.
Kind of like the Heat, not the best regular season, but really had a good run in the playoffs.
Yeah. 11th place, Team 3 at 4-4. This has been a disappointment. Brady Johnson and Barrett Horn.
I really thought y'all were going to be top 5 team.
Yeah, I
really
too.
did.
we're playing good basketball. We need to finish games. We're letting these teams who don't have business beating us. They wind up beating us, and all our losses have been within 2 to 4 points.
Reminds me of the Dallas Mavericks.
I see some future for this team in the playoffs.
Eventually,
we need 2 out of the last 4 games wins, which I think they'll do. I think they'll get the 6-6 mark at the playoffs, and all we need to do is get in. But it's just been a disappointing.
Is Watts on your team?
Yeah, he's our third guy.
Watts, tragic, has been quarantined.
Wow, that's hard to hear. Wow,
it's hard to hear. But he is.
Who's subbing for him?
Oh no, he'll.
This just in, he tested negative, so he will play. So it's okay.
All right.
Yeah. And Team 8,
so
at
2 and 5.
This is a big drop off here.
Christian Berkland and Camden Zadie, and they had Jake Williamson, a key player, quit on them.
Randy, what's up, man? BBBA endorsed you. You know what? We're switching up on you,
Victor.
BBBA for Victor. Are you serious, Randy?
And then we're Kyle Milton. They picked up as a sub, which Kyle,
so maybe, an up and down player, mostly known for his big mouth.
Not very consistent,
and
but
pretty big judge.
They can make a run at this thing. They could maybe sneak in at 2 and 5, and then
they're gonna have to get very lucky though. And 2 losses and they're out. And then
13th seed.
This is
Team 4.
These next 3 teams are horrendous.
Well, no, this is probably the last decent team. We got Joseph Unruh, Tony Hall.
Unruh
needs to show up the
games.
This
team's losses. No Unruh. His grandma fell. We don't know if that's true or not.
I heard this. It's tragic.
Maybe an inside source. Carnahan. I actually heard Carnahan was with the grandma of Joseph Unruh. Carnahan, can you tell us what happened?
So we were walking together,
as one would.
A brunch meal. I'm really good with Grandma Unruh, and she took a little tumble. Really, really tragic. I tried helping her up, and she just said, "Call my son Joseph." I don't know what to do.
Tragic. So tragic.
Well, we pray for Grandma.
Maybe a few 2 mimosas in the morning. Okay.
All right, let's go. All right, these teams have officially been eliminated from the playoffs.
These are just awful.
This is a surprise, though. At 2 and 7, we have Bosa's team. Who would have thought? Jake Hall really quit on the team.
A leader.
But can we give Gabe Farias a shout out? A sharpshooter this past weekend.
Playing pretty solid.
Sharpshooter.
He hits balls.
Get his team back above 500, but
it just couldn't happen. 2 and 7 eliminated.
Tough start, really.
Bosa, a pretty good player. He was going to work on Mr. Zadie. Not a lot he could do though.
You can't backflip out of it.
You can't backflip on Bosa, man. Team.
So
18,
let's just run through these quick. Team 18, the awful team. Sam Martin, Ethan Thomas, Connor
1 and 7. Sam Martin, stupid.
Horrible.
Ginger.
Horrible. Last place team, 0 and 7. Team 16. They didn't try.
Diego Gunkus.
Diego Gunkus, I think, is what it's pronounced. Joe Peckus, Diego Gonzalez, and Connor. Nothing to say here. I
can't believe this is a team. Diego Gonzalez is the captain. Oh, Carnahan, would you like to say something?
Oh yeah, I don't get why Diego didn't pick up Blake Goskoff on the platform.
At least they could have gotten 1, maybe 2 wins. Blake, known for being a sharpshooter. He's gotten big over this offseason, getting that grind in.
Yeah,
he has traits like Gabe. He has a Gabe build. Gabe's great shooting ability.
Yeah, so Diego will get the number 1 pick in next year's draft.
I can't believe Diego Gonzalez is a captain. It surprises me. If anyone should be a captain, it should be Horn.
I'll take over Unruh next season.
or Christian Stetler could be one of the 2.
So, week 3 awards. We'll
Player of the week.
Offensive Player of the week, Jaden Norris.
Carnahan, this is your man, Jaden. I doubted him. I'm going to admit this.
Same here. I saw him on the board. I said, How in the world is this worse than Devin Mason?
What in tarnations is he doing up here? But Jaden, very, very nice player.
Hit that buzzer beater. I went insane.
I did too. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, defensive player of the week, Jared Hamill.
Great on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, very consistent player. Wish he could come to family groups more often.
Yeah.
Joel still hasn't finished his family group time. We're watching you, Joel. Team of the week, Team 6.
Which is Carter Bowman. He had 2 players down, 2 subs who were not as good as the real players, and he still got 3 wins. I mean, that's just
good stuff.
Teamwork right there.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Out of Carter Bowman.
Bot Team of the
week.
For back-to-back, Team 16, they got eliminated 0-7, the worst season in BBA history.
Yeah, back-to-back. It's not looking good.
Yeah, they're out. I mean,
usually when you think back-to-back, titles, you think good, but no.
No. Bot of the week goes to
Hill.
Connor Hill.
No surprise.
I'm surprised. I thought it might go to a back-to-back situation with Sam Martin.
Yeah.
Sam Martin, he's tough. Tough to look at, tough to just. He's kind of like an O-Yang, sort of. It's just meh. And sharpshooter of the week. Not really surprised to hear Gabe.
He 6 threes, I think it was what it was. 6 for 10 maybe. I'd say Carter Bowman hit more threes, but we were expecting that out of him. Gabe is a wild card. I mean, who would have thought?
Yeah, who would have thought?
Carnan, what do you think?
I think, he gets it from tennis,
No, I don't think so.
He's a big ball hitter, and ball hitters.
Yeah, he works with balls, he gets used to handling balls.
Big handler of balls. And you also handle balls, and you're a pretty good sharpshooter, I'd say. This is surprising. Rebounder of the week.
Joe Peckus.
Ending Chase Carver's streak.
Carver did not have a good week for rebounding, and Peckus played good on the boards. I was watching him. I'm not surprised with this, to be honest.
Joe Peckus, wild card player. I mean, who would have thunk? He's on bot team of the week.
But he's a good player.
He's their star. Yeah. Diego is a false, captain. Really, they're all false people. They suck.
So next segment, we'll just go through a few games that are happening.
Some game of the weeks.
Merchandise announcement. Feel free to buy some. We got new masks in.
New masks. They're very soft.
Performance tank tops.
Love the way they look.
Yeah.
Yep. It's good stuff. They're very soft.
And to kick off the Halloween weekend, this is gonna
show up with the costume.
How excited are you?
Show up
for
with
these
the costume.
games?
This is my favorite week of the year.
It is.
All decked out, ready
loves
to go.
Candy. What games are on?
14 versus 7, which is like the 3 versus 2 versus 4. I think that should be a good one. I see 14 blowing them out, which is Ruck's team versus Amos. So the battle of the big heads.
It comes down to who has the bigger head that week. And I'm gonna go with Ruck. Carnahan, what's your thought?
Oh, unless Logan Lewandowski gets pissed off, I think Ruck's taking it.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to let's see, 12 versus 1. Roman Rolls' team versus Jared Hamill's team. I actually see
the battle of former teammates.
He's missing some players, Jared Hamill. So I think Roman Rolls' team will roll over them, if you know what I'm saying.
I see what you did there. I'm going to take Roman as well. Mr. Carnahan?
I'm taking Roman. Yeah.
That's 3 picks for Roman.
Let's move on to Saturday's games. A lot of good games. Let's see here. This isn't really a great game, but this is kind of like the loser of this is basically out. 8 versus 4, battle the 2 and 5 teams. Berkland's team versus Unruh's team. If Unruh's there, I think they got a shot. I actually think Team 4 wins if Unruh's there. But Unruh's the wild card here.
Yeah, it's spotty with Grandma Unruh. We really don't know how she's doing. Maybe if Grandma Unruh, gets a little better, Joseph can show up, ball out for Grandma Unruh, prayers up. Tony Hall, maybe, plays a little more consistent. I'll take, what was it, Team 14?
Team 4.
4. Yeah, I'll take Team 4, Joseph Unruh's team.
Carnam leading.
Yeah, I talked to Grandma Unruh earlier this week.
Yeah.
She said she's feeling better, But she said it's really a game time decision on whether Joseph can come. She might need his assistance, but if he's there, they're winning it.
All right, let's move on to Team 11 versus Team 9. This is about the most even teams you're going to get. Carnahan versus Beau Brooks' team. I'm going with who is on the hotter streak here, I'm going with Beau Brooks, actually. Okay. I think it'll be a really close game, though.
Carnahan, every time I've seen him play, he's a great ball handler. Ball handlers usually can shoot. Carnahan is one of those people. Carnahan is lights out from 3. Carnahan, what's your take?
I'm thinking myself,
Oh, yeah.
Do you think it'll be close, though?
We just have the depth, I don't think. Because who are they going to have as their who's all on their team besides
Beau, Edward Yang.
Yang.
And then Austin Williams.
Yeah, I think we're just going to outplay them in general. We have a greader depth, all around.
I mean, I could see it happening. I just, I see it as a close game.
Yeah, yes. I feel it.
10 versus 7. This could be an exciting matchup. Amos' team versus Ryan Early and Jaden Norris.
I'm going to take Ryan Early and Jaden Norris' team.
I think I will take them too. I'm interested to see if Jaden Norris will play as good as he did last week. Or, Lewandowski, see if he plays as good. It's just an interesting matchup.
Ryan Early, great guy, better player. I think Jaden is hot. I think they'll take the dub. Yeah, I think he'll be hot this week. Carnan?
I agree. Jaden is very hot. He is on fire from last week. Hitting on all cylinders. Didn't he put up 9 or something?
Oh, 11.
11.
Yeah,
better.
I feel like he's hit his groove, and he's just going to keep rolling over these teams.
All right. Could one say Jaden Norris may be possibly a ball handler, on par with you and Gabe?
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
All right.
So, next matchup is 3 versus 7. This game has a rivalry, I'd say. Brady Johnson, Bear Horn versus Vance Amos.
Lewandowski. The big rivalry here, if you didn't know, is Horn and Amos.
Yeah, we were on the same team last year. We didn't have the chemistry going, I feel like.
Just one screamer, screaming Horn. The other screamer screams Amos. And, you can't – it's going to be a tough game. Very physical. I predict Vance Amos is going to get angry at Horn, and then Brady Johnson and Horn will come out on top.
I think Lewandowski is going to probably throw a few hands in this game.
We might have to get Jaeger on the court. Yeah, throw a couple tees,
I see myself winning this game, but, they're frauds. What can I say?
Carnahan?
I see Horn taking this game. It's mostly because, Logan's very spotty. He's a average player until you get him pissed off. So as long as you keep your mouth shut, it'll be a great game.
Yeah. Next game, 12 versus 9 is going to be our last game. We're going to talk about Roman Roll's team, current number 1 team, versus Beau Brooks, average team on the rise. So I got Roman's team controlling this game.
Yeah, Roman's team's just hot. Definitely Roman's team. I wouldn't be surprised. This would be a game for them to lose. Just some random upset.
A
with
late Halloween game. They might not have their minds right.
Their costumes might be getting in the way. Yeah. You never know. Carnahan, how do you feel?
I'm taking Roman's team too. I'm feeling Roman's team right now. They're looking good out there. But last week, I don't know. I had some doubts about Roman. He had a few missed shots that I feel like he should have made, but I think he'll still pull it out.
So to clear that up, I'm going to take Beau Brooks' team with the upset.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So?
I wouldn't be surprised. So what's up?
We're gonna pick just our mid-season champion. I'm gonna go straight into it. I'm gonna stick with my original one. That Team 6, Carter Bowman, Thomas Tapia, and Jackson Underwood would win it. I think they still will once they get the chemistry going. 7-2 is a good record, and I think they'll roll. You can just go through.
Yeah, let me see. And Carnahan, we'll read some of them off for you. Well, actually, you're probably just going to pick Team Funnier, Team 11, right? To win it all.
But, if I were not to be biased, I would pick Ryan Early's team right now.
Okay,
that's a good pick.
They're pulling off the biggest upsets, knocking off Carter's team. And I just think, depends who they're playing in the finals, I think they can get it done.
These teams are bad, don't they?
I would usually have picked my team, Team 13. We struggled a lot last week, so if we play good this week, I'm gonna go with Team 13. Obviously, biased.
They have 4 losses. Going
have 4 losses. But for my more realistic, less biased, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Carter Bowman, Thomas Tapia, and Jackson Underwood.
Glad we're on the same page.
They're all really consistent. They've got great depth. Carter Bowman, a great player.
I mean, that's only if Thomas shows up.
Yeah,
that is true.
That is true. And when you think guys that are just not good, you think, oh, Yang. I just wanted to add that.
I want to add that too.
Yeah.
So our next segment we want to go to is
do we have one more? Or
we'll do one more.
One more, and then the fat tit ranking for our last one.
So we'll go through some signings that happened. So Max Berger got placed on IR due to a finger injury. So they have signed Logan McGough from free agency. Team 1.
Good pickup. Decent pickup.
Yeah, that's okay. Carnam, you made a few roster changes that I don't think we've talked about. So Pekis, you signed him to a deal, and then Purpura to your practice squad.
Great pickup.
So why'd you sign Purpura if you're not going to use him?
Because, after this week, Theo's going to be out with his butt surgery. and that's my thought process,
Well, you need a guy to replace Theo. I feel you.
And what better than Tice Purpura? Great rebounder, great tits,
And Gavin Monroe adds to Team 10's practice squad, which is, quite surprising considering their roster's stacked,
Yeah. They got a good team. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is it time?
This time, fat tit rankings. I'll go first as always.
Carnahan, we're currently going to do the fat tit ranking. Barrett Horn will go first.
At number 1. I know this is a crazy upset, but Trevor Tachibana in at the number 1 spot. Upset.
Huge upset with the rankings. Maybe a wild card, but, from today's practice, seriously, number 1.
And then number 2, Art Clayton. He's just...
consistent, owner, consistent tits, number 2.
Number 3, Jake Hall. No surprise.
Again, lowest he has ever been, I think. Jake Hall. He's always been number 1 or number 2.
I mean, flips with Clayton. Number 4, I'd say, is Garrett Brown, just because, after the Seahawks loss this week, he's not really social very much, And then number 5, I've got Tice Purpura.
Wow. Tice Purpura is lower than usual, and we've noticed that. There's just... Tice has proven himself, his tits... They just aren't as fat as they used to be. He's going down, which is a good thing for Tice, bad thing for us, sadly.
And at number 6, I got Cam Corson. Solid pick.
Solid number 6.
And then 7 is you. And then at number 8, I've got Quinn Ruiz. Coming out of unranked. And I got one more for y'all.
Oh, okay.
At number 9, I've got Cole Carter.
Cole... Cole really, I get an O Yang vibe off of him.
I get it.
When I see Cole Carter, when I see Cole Carter, I'm just like, Wow. Okay.
So go through yours quick.
So my number one, it's got to be Trevor Tachibana. Trevor today made some blasphemous comments, and as soon as he said them, I looked in his face and said, Tachi Boner, you're number one for the fat tit ranking. Number two, I'm going to have to go with Art Clayton. Art Clayton in the locker room, just a little
gay.
Touchy.
He's a little handsy.
Little handsy. He sometimes bites you. Moving on to number three, Jake Hall. Earlier today, Jake Hall jumped in a pool. It's currently 39 degrees outside and raining. So that's all I got to say about that. Number four, Garrett Brown, easy.
So same top four.
Same top four. This is going to be a little bit different. My 5 through
9.
Probably 9, yeah. I'm going to go ahead. So this is my 5th.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and go with Cam Corson. He's just, he's gotten a little bit lower on the rankings. He's kind of up and down. Number 6, as we all could have guessed it, Bales.
Yeah,
consistent week. Number 6, fat tit ranking. 7th, this is crazy, Tice Papura.
Oh.
I'm putting him lower than me, this week.
Because Tachibana really jumped.
Tachibana and just, he changed up the list. And, with the Bears lost, Papura's down in the dumps, not eating as much. Therefore, his tits go down a little bit. And then number 8, this is Quinn Ruiz. Solid pick, Quinn. Quinn Ruiz, he said some ludicrous things, acts very blasphemous. Definitely a number 8 guy. I think we'll see him on the fat tit rankings a lot more.
Yeah, recently after he came back from his injury.
And
who's your last?
I had to say this. My number 9 fat tit ranking is Christian Smith. Today, just with his Dutch soccer, his Ajax, his bandwagoning of literally LeBron, just wherever he goes, he likes that team. And he's been born in 3 different places. Miami, Los Angeles, and Cleveland. Smith making his debut. You'll also be seeing him a lot on the Fat Tit rankings. Carnahan, would you like to make a list? It doesn't have to be as long as ours. We're real in-depth with Fat Tit rankings.
Yeah.
If I were to make a list, I would put whoever this Tachibana kid is.
Tachibana!
He seems like a 1 through 5 candidate.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Going in every spot for me.
Oh, so just Trevor for you today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And, thank you, Carnahan, for joining us on this podcast.
Wait, hold on. I want to keep Carnahan on for one more second.
Oh, one more? So, okay.
To wrap it up, what are y'all being for Halloween this weekend?
So, I'll go first here. Classic Napoleon Dynamite. Just a great movie.
Yeah.
The shirt. I had the shirt in the closet, and a light bulb over my head. I had to be Napoleon Dynamite. Horn.
So I'm gonna be what's his name?
Jackie Moon.
Jackie Moon. Yeah. From Semi-Pro.
Great movie.
Yeah. I ordered a jersey, a headband. The afro. I didn't order an afro, so.
Okay.
I think I could pull it off myself.
Yeah.
Carnahan, what about you?
Carnahan.
I was going to be Scooby-Doo,
as one would be. Scooby-Doo, great costume.
Yeah.
I'm going to be Scooby-Doo.
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 Tachibana. Oh, and, J. David Sparks, I think he might win the costume contest. Yeah. He's being Coach Sides. Coach Sides, JD and Coach Sides, they're basically the same person. One has a beard, one doesn't. And, I think that's my prediction for who's going to win.
Oh, so I know a long podcast. If you made it to 32 minutes or whatever we're at, comment Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. Comment Scooby-Doo.
All right. Well, Carnahan, you want to wrap it up?
Hey, this has been it for episode 8.
Yep.
Of the BBBA podcast. Thank you for listening, and good night.